From the BG Podcast Network studios, brought to you by Chattahoochee Tech, this is your Paulding County News Podcast, bringing our stories to life with news, events, and what we're talking about in Paulding County. Like, follow, and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And here's what you're talking about.
Welcome to your Paulding County News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter, along with Doug Harding. A woman is arrested after shooting a neighbor's cat, but was she justified in that attack? Now, the cat didn't die. I'm good. There's your spoiler. We'll get your take. Plus, are teachers in it for the money, or are they more motivated by their impact on students? We're going to talk about that as well. But first, let's take a look at our top stories. A headache for many motorists last week on Wendy Bagwell Pkwy between Poplar Springs Road and Greenfield Road. Now, Doug, if you were there, if people are listening that were there, they're like, oh, God, that was awful. East and westbound lanes were blocked due to down power lines. Now, reports suggest that an 18-wheeler who was carrying a trailer with long concrete pieces, those long trailers, was turning right and then severed a pole, but then continued on. Of course, that severed pole is what brought down those wires. Eventually, all lanes opened again, this from the patch, but boy, there was a lot of people frustrated that day.
I can imagine, and I don't know how that truck got away with the long concrete slab. I guess the truck must have just fit in with everybody else, because that's an everyday occurrence.
Right.
Over the weekend, Corporal Nico Bartlett was honored by the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation as the Hero of the Year for Hiram PD. The Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation was formed to provide advocacy, support, and appreciation opportunities that honor local heroes who protect and serve our communities through their dedication to public safety. This department expressed their pride of Corporal Bartlett's commitment to the city of Hiram and its citizens. Congratulations from the Hiram City Police Department.
The Georgia State Patrol graduated its 115th Trooper School at the Georgia Public Safety Training Center in Forsyth last week. The 39 new troopers have undergone 32 weeks of rigorous training to serve and protect our communities, including Paulding County. Paulding native Austin Scott is one of the graduates and has been assigned to Post 29 in Paulding. 4 graduates received special honors for top performance in various proficiencies, and Trooper Scott was honored for firearms proficiency. This from All on Georgia.
Today's weather, we're going to have sunshine with a high in Dallas and Hiram of 74, yay, and a low of 46. Thursday, partly cloudy skies with a high in Dallas of 78 and 76 in Hiram. We'll have a low of 56. Friday, rain returns once again with highs in the low 70s and lows in the upper 50s.
Notice how those lows are getting higher and higher. So the nighttime getting warmer rather. We're already in the time change. Spring is just around the corner. We're just so excited.
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
So for each of our programs at Chattahoochee Tech, we have an industry advisory committee. Those are people in each given industry that will employ our graduates when they get finished with our program.
We have students that are placed at manufacturing companies such as, let's say Glock, for example, the gun manufacturer, because they have machinery that's running 24/7 to create the guns. So all the way from that to healthcare, where like hospitals, for example, they're running 24/7 and they have machinery that needs to be running 24/7 as well.
My program is specifically for students who want to be in healthcare, but maybe don't want patient contact. Maybe they want to be in a healthcare field that's recession-proof and they're helping people, but maybe they don't want blood, body fluids, any of those elements in their life. So they may choose healthcare management to be on the opposite side of the patient care.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Well, from WSB's Facebook page, a woman in Georgia arrested after allegedly shooting her neighbor's cat. Boy, neighbors who don't get along. The neighbor reported having footage of Bethany Goodman shooting her cat a few days prior. Now, the cat sustained injuries to its rear leg, required emergency surgery and x-rays. Additionally, one bullet hit the neighbor's home, entering a child's bedroom. So it got a little dangerous. Goodman's husband, the woman with the gun's husband, may I add, admitted that his wife shot the cat because it was attempting to get their chickens. So that was she justified in trying to get the cat out of the yard? Well, Shane Simmons says she should have caught the cat in a cage, called animal control, and had them take the cat to the owner and explain what the problem is. Shell Daniels said it takes an actual monster to harm an animal, but cats shouldn't be roaming. Keep your cats inside and put them on a harness if they want to go out. Dean Francola said, I'm glad the chickens are okay. Good shot. For the Paulding County Uncensored Facebook page, educators are motivated by income. They're driven by the impact they make. Grateful for all teachers and their unwavering dedication. Well, I agree with that, but people had something to say. Rocky Chancellor said teachers may not be motivated by money, but it's still an issue for them. 44% of all K-12 teachers leave the job in 5 years, citing compensation as one of the primary reasons. Their impact is appreciated, but the reality is teachers have bills and families to support too. Chris Sprinkle said, well, that's definitely not true, LOL. They are fighting Kemp as we speak for more money. Mark Kilgore said, how about going after the school boards and teachers unions instead for loading up the school system with administrators and counselors instead of taking the money and giving it to teachers? So a lot of controversy surrounding teaching, but we do thank our teachers. What do you think? Give us a call at 404-997-8655. Tell us, especially if you're a teacher, talk about what motivates you the most. All right, Dougie, weird story for the day. This goes back to the NFL season. Of course, the Kansas City Chiefs had a magical season, won the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, the whole thing. Got a lot of attention. Well, some NFL fans who braved near record cold temperatures at a Chiefs game suffered extreme frostbite, leading to amputations, doctors have revealed. I'm not laughing at the amputations, but that's crazy. Spectators endured -4-degree temperatures at Arrowhead. Now, I'm not talking about the Bills game. This is at Arrowhead Stadium. Yeah. They had -4-degree temperatures during the AFC wildcard round on January 13th. The wind chill made it like 27 below zero. Now, despite this heroic victory of Kansas City over Miami, the freezing conditions took a severe toll. Now, the Research Medical Center in Kansas reported treating dozens for frostbite during an 11-day cold snap, with 12 patients, including some who attended that game, requiring amputations. Now, they're not saying, hey, the amputations are because of the game. They don't want to connect those, but, I mean, it's a little bit of a coincidence. They said it could be other exposures, but just letting you know, some people had to get stuff taken off after that game. This is from Sky News.
That's too bad. And I think the Chiefs are probably thinking, uh-oh, here come the lawsuits.
Right. I mean, I don't know if that would stick, but it's, you know, it's one of those things that's fun to be out and it's fun to watch, but it is not safe to be in those conditions. So we don't have to worry about that here in Georgia.
Thank God for domes.
Exactly. I know they build domes in the warm cities, but they don't in the cold cities. That's kind of weird.
What's happening in Paulding County? We've got you covered.
So this Friday at 9 a.m., terrarium making on the farm at Little Fox Hollow. That is in Dallas. Friday, beginning at 6 o'clock, a spring wine affair networking event at Vintage Wine Bar in Dallas. And Sunday at noon, St. Patty's scavenger hunt on the farm at Little Fox Hollow. That, too, is in Dallas.
A lot of stuff for the kids. So if you have children or grandchildren, hey, you got stuff to do.
Life's a constant hustle. And at Credit Union of Georgia, our focus is crystal clear. It's all about you. Juggling a million things? We get it. That's why we're committed to providing the best service imaginable. We're not just your credit union. We're your financial allies. Knowledge is our power. From crafting basic budget plans to navigating the local home buying scene. Questions popping up? We've got you covered with fast, friendly answers. Because we want you to spend more time living your life. Imagine a financial institution that truly cares. That's Credit Union of Georgia inviting you to join us. If you live, work in Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Paulding, Pickens, or Union County, we want you as a member of Credit Union of Georgia family. Because here, you're not just a member, you're part of a community that cares. Ready to experience banking that revolves around you? Call us at 678-486-1111 or visit cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia. Your financial journey, our priority.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Well, police have arrested 17-year-old Julian Cabillos of Lawrenceville in connection with the tragic killing of 3-year-old Kyron Zarkos in Athens. Cabillos faces charges including malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and violation of the Georgia Street Game Terrorism and Prevention Act. Warrants have been issued for 16-year-old Jaden Brown and 18-year-old Dakius Eccles on similar charges. A $2,000 reward is offered for information leading to their arrest. The incident occurred at Hallmark Mobile Home Park and left 2 others injured. Fundraiser has been launched to support the family and funeral costs. This is from 11 Alive.
In your sports, from Paulding Sports Chronicle and The Patch, in the Women's High School Basketball Championship, the North Paulding Lady Pack are state runners-up to Grayson. They lost 65-44. And here are state-ranked region teams. In baseball, North Paulding is number 3 in 7A. Awesome. In lacrosse, North Paulding boys and girls are also at number 3. And in NFL action, Kirk Cousins, yes, he has signed a $180 million contract with the Atlanta Falcons. $100 million of that is also guaranteed. That poor guy.
All right. Well, look, at least we have a name. We got a name.
He's going to be good. He's going to be just fine. I love it.
We don't have a name for a coach, but we've got a name for a quarterback, and I'll support him. I like that guy. And congratulations to the North Paulding High School Army JROTC leadership team. I mean, North Paulding is killing it. They have secured a position in the championship event in Washington, D.C. The event will take place on the campus of the Catholic University of America in June. This from the Dallas News Era. And we will have final thoughts after this.
Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram. Thanks for listening to today's Paulding County News Podcast. Follow and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, and from you. Get involved in the conversation at 404-997-8655 or info@bgadgroup.com. Did you know over 50% of Americans listen to podcasts weekly? Make sure you join us for our next episode, and be sure to share this podcast on social media with your friends and family. Add us to your Alexa Flash Briefing or your Google Home Briefing, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on this site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County News Podcast.